Hello everyone, let's start with primate classification and distribution of extinct and extant species. So extinct is the opposite of extinct. Extinct means those species that no longer exist, whereas extinct means those species that exist today, that survive today. Now, primates are a group of mammals that are distinguished by many traits such as bodily hair, metabolism, um, reduced snout, forward face eyes, and they were originally adapted to life in trees, arboreal life in tropical forests of South Africa. And today they range from small lemurs to human. And this classification helps anthropologists to map out how primates evolved and diversified, because primates have shown adaptive radiation into diverse ecological niches, leading to the wide distribution across the world. Now, this term adaptive radiation, it means the divergence of a particular species, single species, into multiple species, whereas each subspecies occupies a different niche, different ecological niche, different space in this environment. So this adaptive radiation has been shown by primates. Now, primate classification. First, we fall under Mammalia class, which are characterized by bodily hair, mammary glands, and warm-blooded metabolism. So bodily hair तो आपको पता ही है. Mammary glands are organs that produce milk to feed off the infants, and then warm-blooded metabolism. It is also known as endothermy, which means to maintain a constant body temperature irrespective of the temperature outside. So within Mammalia, the order primate group, they share certain physical traits, certain anatomical and behavioral traits. They are classified into two suborders. The first suborder, Strepsirrhini, which means wet-nosed primate, and they are considered primitive, means the oldest, because they still retain many features that connect them to ancestral mammals. The first such feature is longest snout. फिर जब भी मैमल्स की बात करते हैं तो मैमल्स में आप जानते हैं ये जितने भी से फलाइन स्पीशीज हो गई, जो कैट स्पीशीज है वो सारी हो गई, फलाइन कैट, फिर डॉग स्पीशीज हैं, वुल्व्स हैं, एंड अनग्यूलेट्स हैं, अनग्यूलेट्स, कैटल हो गया, एलिफेंट्स हो. तो ये जब जितनी भी स्पीशीज है मेमेलियन स्पीशीज, अगर आप उनमें देखेंगे तो दे आर सर्टेन फीचर्स that are common between all of them. और स्ट्रैप्सिराइनी में वही फीचर्स जो हैं, कुछ फीचर्स जो है वो मैच करते हैं. वन ऑफ देम इज लॉन्गेस्ट नाउ, because most of these mammalian species they depend on this particular system, olfaction. They have keen sense of smell. Olfaction or olfactory system is a system that depends on smell as a uh, as a prominent sensory organ. Now, the second morphological feature is Strepsirrhini. They have presence of a tooth comb, which is a dental structure that is used for grooming. जो एक दूसरे के जो बालों में लीचेस वगैरह हो जाती है, इवन खुद के पर्सनल के लिए लीचेस हो गए, इंसेक्ट्स हो गए, उन सब जो ग्रूमिंग टूल है. Then they also have specialized grooming claws on the second toe. Then there is a post-orbital bar, a bony arch, but no full closure behind the eye socket. So post-orbital bar जो है, it is a bone that forms behind the eyes, behind the eye socket, the holes in which eyes are placed. So eye socket के पीछे की तरफ में, in the skull, there is a bone, and this bone provides support for eye and surrounding tissue. So Strepsirrhini में ये post orbital bar अभी भी है. Now behavioral and ecological traits. So most of the Strepsirrhines, they are nocturnal, which means they adapted for night activity. Then they rely more on olfaction, just like other mammals. Olfaction means to on smell. So this reliance on olfaction for communication by marking scent, because there is a hormone in us, pheromone. अभी जो प्राइमेट स्पीशीज है, स्पेशली जो ओल्डर प्राइमेट्स हैं, कैटराइन्स, मंकीज, एप्स, उन सब में ये फेरोमोन हार्मोन्स कम है। बट दूसरी स्पीशीज में है ये फेरोमोन हार्मोन होता है। इट इज लाइक अ डिमार्केटिंग सेंट। जैसे लायंस में, मैमल्स में भी आपने देखा होगा कि लायंस जो अपनी टेरिटरी होती है, दे मार्क इट बाय यूरिनेशन। तो और अब दूसरी दूसरे जो लायन होंगे दैट encroach upon their territory, उनको पता तभी चलेगा when they have a highly developed olfactory system. Olfactory system is like having a larger snout or longer muzzle that is wet in the front, or the sensory organs, the senses, uh, वो भी काफी अच्छी functioning, well functioning situation में. And the third behavioral trait is solitary or small group social structure. Now, modern representatives, lemurs in Madagascar, that are famous for adaptive radiation into many ecological niches. Then lorises in Asia, that are slow-moving primates adapted to stealthy insect hunting. Then Galagos, situated in Africa, also known as bush babies, noted for their strong jumping abilities. फिर extinct की बात करते हैं इनमें, तो जो giant lemurs जो हैं that lived in Madagascar but went extinct due to human activities. फिर हम बात करते हैं suborder Haplorhini, which means dry-nosed primates, and as the name suggests, dry nose. इसका मतलब है they have the reliance on olfaction is reduced to a significant degree. क्योंकि जब भी olfaction की बात करते हैं, दो चीजें, फर्स्ट स्नाउट और मजल होना चाहिए, देन दिस फ्रंट, द सेंसरी ऑर्गन, इट शुड बी वेट, बिकॉज वेट होगा तभी ये सेंस कर पाएगा, तभी इसका फंक्शन जो है वो प्रोमिनेंस में होगा. तो हैप्लोराइन्स, दे आर कंसिडर्ड एडवांस्ड प्राइमेट that led up to monkeys, apes, and humans. Key morphological features: first, reduced snout and better vision, binocular and color vision. तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं, the snout, it has been reduced, so the reliance on olfaction, it has also been reduced, and this was accompanied by forward placing of their eyes, which led to binocular or stereoscopic vision. तो यहाँ पे stereoscopic vision या forward placing eyes की वजह से they started relying more on vision, तो इसकी वजह से snout reduce हुआ. Then post orbital plate that fall closer behind the eye socket. तो यहाँ पे जिस तरह से प्रिमिटिव के अंदर एक पोस्ट ऑर्बिटल बार है, बोन behind the eye socket, but it is not fully closed. But in haplorhines, in dry-nosed primates, this orbital bar, it is fully closed. Then they have larger brain that is relative to body size, and then they have more complex social structure. So overall, जितने भी जो later primates हैं, especially the line that diverge up to the humans, उस पूरी line में ये features हैं, they are shared by many. Then haplorhines are further divided into three groups. First, tarsiforms or tarsiers, which are small primates that show a mix of Strepsirrhini and haplorhine feature. You can say they act as a bridge between Strepsirrhine and haplorhine. Now, key traits of tarsiers: they have extremely large eyes that are adapted to nocturnal vision. So यहाँ पे nocturnality, the nocturnal lifestyle, it is a feature of Strepsirrhini. Then they have long tarsal bone in the feet that helps in leaping. And then they retain some primitive trait, but genetically closer to monkeys and apes. The tarsal bone is a group of a few bones in the ankle that form the middle and the front section of foot. So in short, uh, this tarsal bone, it is also an evolutionary breakthrough that help in formation of food, because अभी देख सकते हैं we evolved from mammals, और mammals के अंदर ज़्यादातर paws होते हैं. तो यहाँ पे the journey from paws to feet, it went through the tarsal bone. So again, tarsal bone, a group of a few bones, 5, 6, 7 bones that form the arches in the front section, arches in the middle, And here the supportive structure, the loop on both forward and middle section, it it is accompanied by, or it is supported by tarsal bones. Then distribution, they are found in Southeast Asian islands like Borneo, Philippines, and Sumatra. फिर बात करते हैं Platyrrhini, which are known as New World monkeys. So these are the primates that colonized South America. Here, key traits: flat noses with side-facing nostrils. And then they have prehensile tail. Prehensile tail means tail that can easily grasp on objects, especially tree branches, so they can hang on to it or they can leap from one branch to another. So it acts like a fifth limb. Then they are primarily arboreal, it means they dwell in trees. Now, families within Platyrrhini. So first is Callitrichidae, which includes marmosets and tamarin, small body and claws like leaves. Then the second subfamily within Platyrrhini is Cibidae, which includes capuchins and squirrel monkeys. And finally, it is Atelidae, which includes polar, spider, and woolly monkeys. And all of them, they are concentrated in South or Central America. And let's talk about Catarrhini. Catarrhines includes primates of Africa, Asia, and humans. Now, key traits: they have downward facing nostrils, hence they are known as catarrhine, means down-nosed. They have larger body sizes compared to New World monkeys, and their dental formula is 2123. Incisors: two incisors, one canine, two premolars, and three molars. And then catarrhines, they divided into first Sarcopithecoi, which includes Old World monkeys. Now, the key features of Sarcopithecoi: first, presence of tail but not prehensile, means their tail, it has lost the ability to cling on to objects, to grasp objects. Then they have narrow chest and smaller brain relative to body size. Then they have tail callosities, which are thickened skin on the buttocks, which is there, which helps in extended sitting. Now, examples: baboon, which are terrestrial and highly social. Then there are macaques. इंडिया में भी बहुत सारे देखे होंगे आपने. They have wide range across Asia, some adapted to cold climate like Japanese macaque. And they are colobus monkeys, which are leaf-eating herbivorous specialists. Now, the second group is Hominoidae, which includes apes and humans. So here, key features: no tails, larger brains, and complex social behavior. And they have longer period of infant dependency and hence the social structure. Then Hominoidae, they are divided into lesser apes, which includes gibbons, which are specialized in brachiation. Gibbons, they have long limbs. They will be recognized by this feature, and they swing from branch to branch. Then other group is great apes that include gorilla, largest living primate, chimpanzees that are closest living relative to human, and orangutan, which are highly arboreal and solitary. And third one is human, which are characterized by bipedalism, complex language, culture, and technology use. And let's have a look at distribution of primates. Let's start with the distribution of extant primates, which are living today, that exist today. So in Africa, gorillas are there, which live in dense forest of Central Africa. Then chimpanzees and bonobos are there that live in forested regions of West and Central Africa. And then there are baboon and vervet monkeys that live in savanna forests and even mountains. Then in Asia, orangutans are there that live in tropical rainforest of Borneo and Sumatra. Gibbons are there that exist in South Asian forest of Thailand, Laos, Indonesia, Cambodia. Then macaques are there, which are highly adaptable, found from Afghanistan to Japan, even in India. Then in South America, capuchins, polar monkeys, and squirrel monkeys are there that live in Amazon rainforest and Andes foothills. And finally, the solitary island, Madagascar, where lemurs exist, which are exclusive to Madagascar, adapted to diverse niches from rainforest to spiny deserts. Let's talk about extinct primates that do not exist today. In Africa, Australopithecines, such as Australopithecus afarensis or Lucy, is dated around 3.2 million years ago in East Africa. और यही द फर्स्ट ये लूसी की जो या ऑस्ट्रेलोपिथेसिन के बाइपेडलिज्म के बारे में जो हमें पता चला है, it was by a foot that was cast in a volcanic ash. So Lucy, the member of Australopithecines or member of Australopithecus afarensis, uh, she might have uh, set her foot on that volcanic ash, or with time वही कास्ट जो है वो इट पेट्रिफाइड. और जब आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट को वो जो एविडेंस मिला तो उससे ये पता चला कि yes, Australopithecines, they were the first species to walk on 2 feet in a full manner. It was not occasional bipedalism, it was regular bipedalism. Then preconsors are also extinct, which are early apes from Miocene epoch and that show traits that led to modern apes. Then in Asia, uh, Gigantopithecus, a giant ape that possibly reached 3 meters in height, it lived in Southeast Asia. Then Shivapithecus and Ramapithecus are there. They are likely ancestor of modern orangutan. Then in Europe, Dryopithecus, which we found a fossil ape in Miocene epoch. And then in South Africa, early Platyrrhines. So here, fossil monkey that were found here, they lived in ancient river basin, and that might have suggested that they would have dispersed from Africa, which further supported the out of Africa theory. So this is it. In the next chapter, we are going to talk about characteristic of primates.